People say money is ruining football. Well, today we'll be proving them wrong by not spending a cent in the transfer market, being allowed to sign players only from the free agency. No matter whose contracts expire, what regens or youth academy players spawn there, they're the only talent available to us. Today, for no particular reason, we'll be taking Luton Town and transforming them into Free Agents FC, taking them from a team with one of the smallest transfer budgets in the championship, guiding them to a road of becoming European champions, taking home the biggest title in world football with a club of free agents only. When it comes to this kind of challenge, the transfer budget is pretty much irrelevant at this point. It just matters about our weekly wages. Thanks to FIFA 23 removing the budget allocation slider, I can't literally just put all of our money into the wages, which would have helped us. It just adds an extra element and makes this challenge extra hard now that I only have 169k to work with in wages. This is going to be a struggle considering this Luton Town team are going to need all the help they can get, free agents or not. If they want to see Premier League football anytime soon, Sir BCHD is going to have to work his magic in the transfer market and attempt to attract as many big name players as possible. We have got a lot to work with, a pretty deep roster of 36. We're going to have to play this one out tactically though, cut the wage bill down and get our financials on point if we want to go after some big name free agents. For the time being, I'm going to allow us to sign some youth academy players. Technically, they are still free agents and we won't be spending any money purchasing them. We are going to go after our homegrown talent, and he's pretty much the only option. He's the standout player, the Englishman Sebastian Gold. 16, 6'4", 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. He's not overly juiced up, has no traits, but he's got a potential of 76 to 94. And that, my friends, is a one-way ticket to the first team. A future left-footed assassin, Sebastian, welcome to the first team. Forget the millions and potentially billions I spend in these rebuilds. Today's going to be a different kind of transfer market. Scouting the free agents list every single season is going to be a struggle. It's a grind I'm willing to work for, so let's get this summer business underway. It would have been rude not to me, a straight up war crime, if we didn't go ahead and sign Alexis Vega here in FIFA 23 career mode, statistically proven by EA themselves, one of the most signed players in career mode this year. He's in the top 5, and of course, every single free agent deal is an A, no matter what. The Mexican is just available on a free at the start of every single career mode, and things haven't changed. With about 10 squad updates later, he is still the go-to free agent signing. The Mexican, 24 years of age, 79 overall, with a £20 million valuation. He's got a real game face scan as well. I mean, he ticks all the boxes. Luton Town, of all places, have saved this man from unemployment. You can say that again because we've gone for yet another Mexican. This time it's Ramiro Miranda, the shot stopper in between the sticks. I'm crossing my fingers hoping he's the next Ochoa. It's another excellent deal, another £0 fee, and he's going to become our brand new starting number 1 in between the sticks. I don't know if this is just a player specific to my save. This is low-key starting to turn into the Mexican-only rebuild. He's 6'3", only 16, and he's already showing great potential. So trust me, this lad is a long-term investment. Fresh off Morocco's miracle run to the World Cup semi-finals, we are picking up one of their faceless free agents, and I think this is actually a glitch. When you sign too many free agents, yeah, the cutscenes don't really know how to merge together properly, and they just start spawning random things. So like Alexis Vega right now, we've signed the Moroccan left back, however, it's just playing us Vega's introduction cutscene to the club. Yeah, it's actually quite impressive how broken this game is. The more and more I play it, the more bugs and glitches I find within it. It's actually crazy. Literally, every single rebuild, we're finding something wrong with career mode. It's staggering. Nonetheless, I've had this happen before. It's going to show that cutscene. Now transitions to Atiat Allah's announcement as the 74 rated left back is going to slot straight into the starting team. Already one of our best players at the club, snatched him up. It's a bargain. Even though Vega took all the spotlight, you already know 27, he's in his prime. For now, he's gonna do a job. Well, I sure hope this cutscene doesn't mess up. Oh no, it doesn't. Ryan Thomas will be our next purchase, or should I say free agent deal, as the Kiwi, the New Zealander, will arrive at Luton Town. And unlike the Moroccan, he actually has a 2D profile picture, and actually, believe it or not, he has a game face scan. Already in his prime, can pretty much play anywhere in the center of the park. He's just a solid, decent level championship player that we couldn't pass the opportunity to sign. He comes from a land down under, and of course, we got him for absolutely nothing. Now, here's another academy slash regen player. I don't really know how to categorize this lad because Branislav Jovanovic, he's just appeared in the free agency. He's already rejected a move to Turkey and has taken up £650 a week to join us here at Luton Town. What an absolute mad lad. Here the glitch goes again, where it's going to play the cutscene of a player we signed previously. Signing free agents in this game just confuses the career mode cutscenes. All the free agents just like to announce announced their delayed arrival to the club. He wants the spotlight. Thomas is going to take it off Jovanovic. For now, though, we've gained another crucial piece to our starting 11. The youngster will slot right into that 5-man backline, and I'm 1,000% sure he's going to be a mainstay. Well, the GOAT debate might be over as we know it. Messi's won the World Cup. Ronaldo's Portugal got knocked out in the quarters. Now, at the time of recording, the 37-year-old is on the free agents here in FIFA. Anyone can literally pick up CR7. Mr. Sui himself is willing to take a pay cut, 66k a week, dropping down a level to the championship. Come on, when an opportunity like this arises, we've just got to take it. Cristiano Ronaldo, welcome to Luton Town. I'm sure that's a sentence you weren't expecting to hear today, but here he is. He's probably only going to be useful for 1 or 2 seasons. No one wants him, so we'll take him. I know you're probably going to say it's unrealistic. He's signing for Al Nassr by the time this video is up. He's off to Saudi Arabia to secure a bag. If you thought I was going to swerve the opportunity to sign Ronaldo, clearly you don't know Sir BCHD. A high-profile player, 5-time Ballon d'Or winner, is just there to pick up on a free. And of course, because we're signing free agents, we're at the bargain bin. We don't get any fancy transfer cutscenes. It's all happening behind the scenes and not worthy to be reported on. We've recruited some young free agents so far, but now I wanted to secure some agent experience in our backline. And no, Cristiano, you don't get your Luton Town reveal. This time, it is Jakub Brabek, the Czech defender, who is 29 already, probably just a championship level player, but is going to do a job for us for now. He's good enough, he's free, and could be a great leader in the locker room. Technically, all these guys are free agents, but they cost us in the wage department. We've still got to be frugal with it because we've already run out of money. I think it's time to start selling a few players. We've offloaded 2 players here just to get our finances back up. We've bought too many free agents as Bell moves to Royal Antwerp for 1.2 million and Bree makes the move to Burnley. Those deals get us back in the green and we're back in business, baby. Beggars can't be choosers in this economy. It is yet another Mexican joining our ranks as a free agent deal gets over the line. Luton Town becoming famous for them. Uriol Antuna will be a brand new pickup. Again, we've had to beat other clubs to the punch. It's a race against time. If we want to secure deals like this, we've got to act quickly, and it's actually a player that we need in the team, a right midfielder. Starting 11 was crying out for it, and just as a bonus, like Vega, he's got his game face scan. I don't know what it is with Mexicans being free agents, but I'll take it. This is what I mean when I say we're fighting for our lives out here. Clubs are winning the free agent race when they can literally sign whoever they want. They're not restricted to free agents only. Like Cesar Montes, who picked Leeds over us. Rejection, it's not the first time, it won't be the last time, as we've shifted our attention towards yet another Mexican. This time, Luis Chavez, the 26-year-old centre mid / CDM. We've agreed to deal 30k a week. He's guaranteed game times, guaranteed to be one of our starters in the midfield. We're happy to have him at Luton Town. It's turning into the Mexican-only rebuild challenge. For now, though, if that's all that's available, we're going to have to deal with it. We're going to have to adapt and work with what we've got. As Antuna's presentation goes down, there's your confirmation. These signings are coming through thick and fast. We got off to an absolutely bombastic start to the transfer window, but you know, with the free agent deals, we need as much in the wage budget as possible. Now it's time for some player departures like Fred Onanyima. He will be joining Independiente for 1.2 million pounds. Luckily at Luton, we've had so many assets and players that are dead wood to make cash on. Cashing in on their departures as we ship out yet another player. It is Harry Cornick joining Standard Liège for 1.7 million pounds. And Peli Rudok Impanzu, who makes the switch to Turkey. He joins Başakşehir. The sales just continue. We're trying to raise as many funds as possible, not just for this season, but for future seasons when more options become available. We've gotten rid of Glenn Rea. He's joining Royal Antwerp for over £1 million. Now, with all those finances available to us, we're able to pick up a few players for the squad rotational side. We have gone after a backup goalkeeper, yet another Moroccan. This time, it's Ahmed Reda Taganguti. My pronunciations today are absolutely terrible. Again, joining us for absolutely nothing, and who'll be our backup number 1. Considering there are so many Qataris in the free agents, and we just had the World Cup, it would be rude of me not to pick up a Qatari free agent, as we've pursued Mohamed Wad. He actually represented Qatar at the World Cup as well. They went down as the worst team in the tournament, the first team to get knocked out, and the worst performing hosts of all time. So we've got to show them a little bit of love. Just 2 backup signings we can rely on to provide us with a little bit of squad depth. Here we go, another deal out the window. It's Tom Lockyer, one of our main starting centre-backs, who joins Levante for just under £2 million. And that's allowed us to pursue Carlos Rodriguez. To all my Mexican viewers, I'm sure you guys are absolutely loving the business we've been able to get done. Punching the air and jumping for joy, whilst others are probably just bored. However, these are the only talents available to us. Call it realistic, unrealistic, I don't care, but the free agency this year in FIFA 23, it just seems to be made up of either Qataris or random Mexican players, and Carlos Rodriguez is one of them. A center attacking midfielder that slots perfectly into our free agent midfield 3 and complements the squad nicely as he joins a plethora of other Mexicans. We've reached deadline day. It's been a long summer, but the deals don't stop. The transfer negotiations continue as Sonny Bradley joins Besiktas for £1.15 million. The main focus is just cutting this roster size down as Cameron Jerome, the OG, joins another Turkish club for 310k. It's been a surgical summer to say the least. There has been some insane squad turnover as we transition into this free agents model. It's a bold transfer strategy, but if anyone can pull it off, it's BCHD. Considering all those deals we got done, 39 players are still in this squad. Here's your look at our strongest starting 11 we've been able to build. Sir BCHD has assembled some free agent gems, with Cristiano Ronaldo being the captain for now. We've got a few Luton Town OGs mixed in there. Actually, there's only one in the starting 11. That's Adebayo, linking up top with CR7. A weird crossover I'm sure you never expected, but here we are. Got our Youth Academy homegrown talent chilling on the bench as a super sub in the likes of Ward and Tanganauti. They earn their spots on the bench as we dive headfirst into Season 1 of this Free Agents Challenge. Seems that free agents just did the trick, I guess, in the championship, not spending a dime and getting that first place spot. Champions of the second tier, and that's earned Luton Town promotion to the top flight. They've done it, securing 104 points, sweeping away the competition. Free Agents FC were knocked out over in round 3 to Leeds 2-1, and it was no better over in the Carabao as a 2-1 elimination till Millwall in round 2 saw us out. Let's see who these main protagonists were. How did the free agents get on? Because who carried this squad? I'm sure it's probably Ronaldo. Yeah, 23 goals and 6 assists. Despite him turning 38, a -2 downgrade, now standing at an 86. He had fellow partners in crime, and it was the two Mexican wingers Alexis Vega, joint top goal scorer with CR7, 23 goals and 8 assists, and Antuna on the right hand side, a player that we nearly lost out to Southampton for. Our number 7 with 18 goals and 8 assists, Sebastian Gold, the homegrown talent off the bench with 7 goals and 1, and Elijah Adebayo, Ronaldo's strike partner with 7 goals. We also had Chavez dominating the midfield, being the main pivot and getting himself 14 assists, being our main playmaker, 20 goal contributions. He's in his prime and loving life, but can these guys do it in the Prem? Ryan Thomas, the Kiwi, with 2 goals and 5 assists in 40 games. Despite the lackluster production, even Carlos Rodriguez getting himself a +4, 1 goal and 9 assists. This man is approaching 40, but Cristiano does what he wants, and he's the highest valued asset in this squad, valued at £28.5 million on the transfer market. Now, if you thought this season's transfer dealings were impressive, I can't wait to see what's on offer in Season 2. With more money, more players available to us, random regens and Youth Academy players spawning in the free agency, the wheeling and dealing is going to be off the charts. And can the free agents survive in the top flight? We're going to find out, because our only goal is survival. Our first free agent sign up from Season 2 joining us here in the Premier League. Again, we've got another glitch cutscene, but here we go again. That's no here nor there. It is Gabriel Bellini, the Italian centre back. You know, with a Sir BCHD video, there's got to be an Italian stallion involved in the mix somehow. Sooner rather than later, a Youth Academy player, Chiellini's regen, Bonucci's regen even, he's joined our cause at 18 years of age, already 73 overall, hasn't got a potential status, which does worry me. But again, it's all about rounding up the troops and getting the entire club to be free agents only. The Academy ballers keep coming through, and I know you guys probably all think these are regens. It looks like it's turning into a regen only rebuild, but trust me, some real life players are on the way, and I am 100% certain that this is Edin Dzeko's regen, the Bosnian hitman, target man up front, Omar Kovacevic, who'll be arriving for absolutely nothing, valued at £19.5 million. Looks like we found Ronaldo a new strike partner. Luca Romero, a real life wonder kid that made his debut in La Liga at 15 years of age. Some have touted him the next Messi. He's made his way to Lazio, and for some reason they haven't renewed his contract and just let him go into the free agency. And you know where that gets you? A one-way ticket to Luton Town. We'll take him. Nothing beats a free transfer, baby, and we've just secured a generational talent. Now we're in the Prem, we need as much quality and depth as possible, but for now he'll be our super sub secret weapon coming in off the bench. I forgot to showcase to you guys, but we're pretty financially comfortable at the moment. The Premier League parachute payments are serving us well. We started off this season with what, £60 million in the bank? That is more than enough to sign as many free agents as we want, so we're financially liberated at the moment. Who knew this free agent lifestyle came with all these benefits? We've kept our options open, and there have been so many opportunities available to us. We're taking every single one of them. I'm signing a backup keeper, a third string choice in between the sticks, Jerzy Malianowski, the Polish shot stopper who arrives for nothing. It's low risk, high reward reward kind of situation. It's W's all around, as actually he becomes a second backup option, potentially even first string choice, as we're still trying to phase out all the Luton Town OGs. Again, in the comments down below, you guys can go guessing with all these regens, but Felipe dos Santos, I'm going to claim as Thiago Silva's regen. Maybe just a random academy player spawned into my save, and we're really strengthening this defensive department for the top flight. The three-man backline is going to need as many strong soldiers as possible. It's another one without a potential status, but I'm hoping dynamic potential does its job. We're not wasting any time. We're getting our business done early. I'm not losing yet another future superstar to a big-time club. It is Domingo Carrasco, potentially Arturo Vidal's regen, the Chilean center mid / CDM. We're proven to get by in the Premier League by only spending what's in our wage budget. Not a single cent has been spared on transfer fees as the 19-year-old arrives, showing great potential, which is a good sign. And to round off this batch of free agent superstar signings, we've unearthed a hidden gem here. Finn Arnold. 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot, 6'1", a center forward striker cam. He can do it all in attack. The 18-year-old German arrives. You've really got to see it to believe it. The free agency, yes, it is limiting. It does have its restrictions. However, you can find some absolute gems, securing his services on a first team basis, and now we've got to cut down a roster of 41. It's transfer deadline day, and we've managed to do an extreme Luton clear out. Look at the number of players we've sold after our free agent spree. We got off to a fiery start, but all these lads are out the door. We've raised some incredible funds. Probably don't have to worry about our finances for a while now. We are secure, and we managed to cut down a roster of 41, now only down to 26. No real high-profile free agents this season, I guess, besides Luca Romero. The rest were just randoms. We're gonna have to make do, as this is our strongest starting 11 headed into the Premier League. We've already got some players out on international duty. It's a mix of youth experience, some random Mexicans, former unemployed ballers that now get the opportunity to join into one force. Just like that, I think we're ready. Vega's our brand new man with the captain's armband. Season 2, bring it on. It's our first year back in the top flight, and it looks like we didn't need that survival struggle. We nearly goddamn qualified for Europe whilst we were at it, finishing in 7th. Could potentially actually be Conference League football we've gotten ourselves into. Nonetheless, the free agents racking up 58 points. Well and truly punching above their weight, finishing well in the top 10. That goes down as a success in my book, maybe even overachievers, to be honest. Over in the FA Cup, they didn't get too far, getting eliminated to Sheffield Wednesday in round 4 2-0, and domestic competitions not really being their forte, and it was another round 4 elimination, this time to Spurs 3-1. It's a diverse smorgasbord of talent we've conjured from all across Europe, all across the world, and here is how they fared in the Prem. Okay, Miranda has thrown in a transfer request. That's not good. I guess we're gonna have to deal with that later, as we have our top goal scorer Alexis Vega outscoring CR7 this year, the Mexican with 14 goals and 7 assists. We had multiple MVPs, with Ronaldo now hitting 39, still managing 13 goals and 6 assists. Kovacevic, Dzeko's regen with 11 goals and 2, and Atunya with 10 goals and 2. Gold from in off the bench with 8 goals, and it's Carlos Rodriguez with 6 goals and 8 assists. Luca Romero also making a bit of a cameo, whilst we've converted the Chilean Carrasco into a natural center mid. He scored 2 goals and 1 assist, as our highest rated, highest valued free agent is the hero from season 1. He's a FIFA 23 staple, Alexis Vega, alongside his countryman Luis Chavez, both valued in the 30 million range. They're our diamonds in the rough, free spirits if you will, and the talent we've been able to recruit at Luton Town has got the club into Champions League, or not Champions League, European football. I'm getting ahead of myself here, but they'll be battling on multiple fronts come season 3, and I can't wait to see what other players, what other talents pop up in the free agency that we can snag. I feel blessed to say that money really isn't one of our main problems right now. We've got that Premier League type budget, £1.4 million in the wage budget. We are balling. Sad news, guys. Ronaldo is hanging up the boots. Mr. Sui himself is calling it quits, and now we need to find a long-term solution. Yusuf En Nyasiri, Morocco's World Cup hero. Finally, we've got a real-life player to acquire. Sevilla let him go or didn't renew his contract, and now he gets his one-way ticket. He's guaranteed start here at Luton Town to replace Ronaldo. He joins our attack alongside the Belgian Simon Martins, who I think is probably a regen, but we'll just classify him as a youth academy player for now. We're thinking about our future. We're thinking long-term, because these guys are sensational additions to our strike force. Don't get used to them, because they're far and few between. It's another real-life addition to the team. In terms of the free agents, El Nyasiri is doing his cutscene, his transfer announcement. However, we have gone after the Ukrainian Viktor Tizigankov, another right midfielder who is a major upgrade on Atunya right now. Valued at 34 million, copying him on a free. It's an absolute steal. Miranda's transfer request kind of threw a spanner in the works, and again, we have to deal with this transfer cutscene. Something about career mode and you signing free agents on a regular basis just completely bugs out the game for no reason whatsoever. But nonetheless, we're going to continue on our free agents crusade, picking up yet another shot stopper. It's Vitor Guedes. It's going to be between him and Malianowski fighting for that #1 spot because Miranda now is out of the picture. Defensively and in the midfield, we needed some cover and some youthful backup. This South American-Brazilian duo have convinced me to go after their services. Adriano Cardozo, the 17-year-old centre-back, and Carlos Ferreira, who can pretty much play anywhere in the centre of the park, in the spine. We'll be welcoming them both with open arms here at Free Agents FC. As we continue to bolster our quality and depth, it is going to be an insane season. Again, fighting on multiple fronts. We need as many options as possible. And there he goes, the little snake in the grass. I thought he was our day one. I thought highly of him, but no, we've sold him off to PSG for £20.7 million. The Mexican goalkeeper. I know I didn't issue him a new contract. It was my fault at the end of the day, but it's still painful nonetheless. We've kind of exercised all of our options right here in Season 3 summer market. However, Luka Warwick Koleosho, the Canadian left mid/right mid, I've got no idea who he is. I think he's a real life player. He doesn't have a 2D photo. He's a mysterious man, the curious case that I'm interested enough in him to join our squad just as a backup option as we slowly start to filter out the OGs and build up a roster and a full club of free agents only. He's the kind of player we need in our ranks here at Luton Town, and it's actually quite decent. He's 19, showing great potential, nice little hidden gem in there, and he's got some mad traits about him. He's like the Alphonso Davies off Wish.com. Season 3 has been quite a little bit more stressful than I once anticipated. We're presented with a lot of issues, and we've been able to fix them so far. And here is now our best available team on paper, starting to look like a real contender. We've just got to wait for our young youthful defenders to grow and develop. In that 3-man backline, life is tough, but we've started to create a decent bench. Pretty much everyone is a free agent. Would you look at that? We actually are in the Europa Conference League, which is going to provide us with even more headaches. Drawn into Group C alongside Anderlecht, Bodo Glimt, and Sepski. Let's see if our youthful and experienced free agents can make a deep run in this competition. Wrapping up Season 3, we've gone 7th back-to-back. It is Conference League qualification, 2 years running. Missing out on the top 4 by 3 points. 1 win away from Champions League football. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be for the free agents of Luton Town as we go over to the FA Cup. We actually made the final against Arsenal. Are you kidding me? Again, it feels like one of those seasons that are so close but no cigar. We'll whisker away from success there. A piece of silverware, losing out to Arsenal 2-1 at Wembley. As over in the Carabao Cup, we were knocked out in the quarterfinals 2-1 to Spurs, and they went on to win the whole thing. For their debut campaign in Europe, the Conference League saw them top their group out here, progressing over into the round of 16 where they took down Midtjylland 6-2 on aggregate, breezed past Fenerbahce just 4-3, and then over in the semi-finals, knocked out, fumbling the bag with the home leg 2-1 to Fiorentina. Could have got Europa League qualification through this competition, but it wasn't to be. You know what? Juggling multiple competitions, our major goalkeeper departure, Ronaldo's retiring this season. There has just been so much going on behind the scenes. I'm surprised the lads have had the mentality and the strength, the mental toughness to deal with everything, as Omar Kovacevic, our clinical Bosnian hitman with 25 goals and 1 assist, earning the top goal scorer award at the club. Meanwhile, Alexis Vega with 30 goal contributions, double figures in both departments, the only lad to do it, and the captain is leading by example in his prime alongside new boys this season, Tizigankov and Enyesiri, both with over 20 goal contributions, both in their prime as well, so I hope they can keep up this level of production, as Simon Martins was an instant hit, the Belgian who I believe is Mertens regen. A lot of guessing games going on with regens in this video, however, he got himself 11 goals and 5 assists. Carlos Rodriguez, the Mexican, with 10 goal contributions, just like Luis Chavez right beside him. Sebastian Gold, our homegrown talent, in and off the bench, 4 goals and 1 assist. Your time is coming. Ronaldo is nowhere to be seen. He's retiring and he's hanging up the boots at 40 years of age. 1 goal and 1 assist in 30 appearances. He's had back-to-back-to-back -3 overall downgrades, seeing himself at an 80. Our brand new #1 in between the sticks, Malinowski. I'm so glad we signed him early on. The Pole getting himself 8 clean sheets in 43 appearances. From free agents to being worth millions, thanks to our magic, it's Alexis Vega being our highest valued asset right now, £62.5 million, and that Belgian hotshot is not too far behind him. If we want to secure our status as a top 4 Premier League club and compete in the top flight, we're going to have to hope these free agent opportunities are some of the best presented to us in Season 4. Summer transfer markets just opened up. We're keeping our eyes peeled for our next big swoop. Competition is just heating up right now. We're going to match that energy. Losing a major leader in CR7 former captain that brought us promotion, we are now gifted with £100 million, 1.9 million in the wage budget. Thanks to Ronaldo's departure, that has freed up so much of our wages. Season 4 is here, lads, so strap in. One of our Season 1 free agent signings, Brabek, the Czech Republican, he's actually retiring this year. He was one of our rotational centre-backs, just there to provide some wisdom and cover. Did a job in the championship, now he's officially calling it quits. So we've gone out and had to pursue one of the best available centre-backs, Radu Draguzin. The Romanian defender will be joining us, and like I said, he's the highest rated centre-back in the free agency that we could find, and he's only 76 overall, still 23 years of age, but yeah, like this is the kind of player available to us right now when we need upgrades. I'm not throwing shade at Draguzin, it's more the free agency being less overpowered in this career mode, which is making this challenge harder. The free agents aren't really serving us up some supreme world-class Ballon d'Or worthy talent. Kevin Mia will be the next player to join us in this free agents challenge. It's the Colombian goalkeeper, who again is just going to be a backup option, third, second string maybe. We already know Malinowski's got that position on lock, but he was one of the highest rated free agents, not even just goalkeepers. It's been slim pickings come Season 4, and the options available to us are absolutely bare bones. We're going to have to make do as our third and final free agent signing this year is going to be Zisco Munoz. The Spanish 18-year-old could potentially be a regen or a random youth academy player. I'm not quite sure now, 4 years deep into this challenge, and it's already providing its own trials and tribulations, but he's going to join us here at Luton Town. So either the CPU AI are just leveling up and actually re-signing their players on new contracts, or the free agency isn't as overpowered as FIFA 21 and FIFA 22. But I wanted a centre-back option and an upgrade, but none of the players in the free agency are better than what we currently have. It's a strange feeling looking at all this money in the transfer kitty and not being able to spend it and indulge. We've had to resist the urges and temptations, but I can finally say that our entire roster is only free agents. We've finally flushed out all the Luton Town starters. It's taken us 3 campaigns in the Prem to get there, but we've reached the promised land in the top 4 and claiming that Champions League qualification, beating out the likes of Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal and Spurs. Currently, Manchester United just completely running away with the title, but the free agents don't care. We have got what we wanted, and we got what we came for. Over in the FA Cup, still unable to win any domestic silverware, as they saw elimination to Bournemouth over in round 4. The Carabao Cup, again, still no finals appearance. A semi-final elimination to Fulham. Are you guys serious? Due to certain circumstances, we're just unable to get any European qualification, so not even the Conference League occupied us this season. We were purely focusing on domestic football, so I guess that's why we got that top 4 positioning as RB Leipzig win the Champions League against Barca in the final 1-0. We achieved our main goal this season. Things were a little bit of a struggle in the transfer market, not much action going down. What I will admit is that this team is going through some growing pains at the moment. We're a little all over the place, but we're getting there as we're taking a look at our top goal scorer. It is Yusuf En-Yassiri, the Moroccan magician up front, in his prime and still improving. 23 goals and 2 assists for our main marksman, as Simon Martins with 16 goals and 9. We've actually had 5 players get double figures when it comes to goal scoring, including both of our wingers, our captain and Kovacevic, our Bosnian hitman. The Edin Dzeko regen continuing on his goal scoring legacy, as Sebastian Goldin off the bench got himself 10 goal contributions. The 2 Mexicans in midfield, Rodriguez and Chavez, having some decent output, as Domingo Carrasco proves to be a decent option in off the bench. Draguzin got himself a goal, the brand new boy at the club, our main man in between the sticks. It's rough days for him, Alpol, with only 2 clean sheets in 29 appearances. Saying goodbye to Brabek, as our highest valued asset right now is Simon Martins, hitting that £100 million mark. He's an absolute stud, one of many stars that are carrying us towards glory. This summer's free agency pickings weren't kind to us by any stretch of the imagination, so we've got to hope for a pot of gold to be waiting there for us come Season 5, come Champions League football. We need some brand new upgrades, or we're just going to have to stick with what we've got. This challenge is going to really test us and take longer than I thought. This season's free agent pickings were a little bit more fruitful than last time around. We got a little bit lucky, but they aren't any Champions League quality signings to boast about. Just some decent quality options that we could potentially make a second team sheet out of. And our first pickup here is Antonio Blanco, yet another Spanish midfielder joining the cause, ex-Real Madrid player. He comes in at a decent level, 80 overall, £22.5 million player value, and it's another bargain. Just in case El Nassiri decides to stop scoring goals or hand in a transfer request, we've gone after his reincarnation, Mahmoud Ibrahim, the Moroccan Youth Academy talent who was just begging to be signed. He arrives on a free £15 million worth of value. The centre forward is 78 overall, and I just thought he'd complement the vet veteran nicely just in case. One of the players that piqued my interest the most when recruiting and scouting through the free agency was Niccolò Fagioli, not only because he's an Italian stallion, the future of Italian football, but I was just shocked in the fact that Juve let him go. We're snapping up bargain after bargain. It feels like Black Friday right now. He comes through at an 81 overall, approaching his prime, and can pretty much just play anywhere in midfield, anywhere we need him to. He's the perfect utility option. Niccolò Fagioli, Nick Beans, if you want the English translation, he'll be joining us here at Luton Town. We continue our Serie A tirade with an ex-Inter player, Facundo Colidio. The Argentine attacker joins us based on the fact that, yeah, it's just another player we can add to the roster. Was one of the highest rated free agents we could approach, arriving with a £26 million valuation, and is actually a real life player, which I know you guys will enjoy. That transfer approach, that strategy will be solidified with this final deal of Alfonso Pedraza. He's got a game face scan and all. I've got no idea where he comes from, but the veteran will be another cool, calm, wise head to add into the locker room. Provide backup for Vega on that left-hand side. He's on a free, so there's nothing much to lose at the end of the day. Even if these guys are flops, we've spent absolutely nothing. I know we play in a 3 at the back formation, but he can play a left mid / left back, so he's a little bit versatile when it comes to that. These guys are just going to provide the ultimate backup, as most of our first team are out at international duty for the World Cup. Here's what the lads are up against in the Champions League. Our free agent darlings are going head first into Group E, drawn against Atletico Madrid, Celtic, and Slavia Praha. I guess they've avoided a group of death there, but it's going to be tough to get out of that one. Our defensive department and potentially even midfield have been our weakest link so far, but we still got to be patient, let them grow, let them develop. And it doesn't help when the free agent options aren't really that big of an upgrade. When we've got so much cash to spend, we can literally afford anyone right now, but we're going to have to make do, and that the free agents gang can get their act together. The curtain has come down on Season 5, and we've secured our status as a top 4 club, this time coming runners up in the Premier League to Manchester City, like way away from the title charge. The citizens just running away with it, but Luton Town's free agents are punching above their weight, to be honest. The town are getting around, and domestically they are taking care of business in the league, but when it comes to the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, they just can't manage to hack it. Still fumbling at the final hurdles, losing out in the semi-finals 3-2 to Liverpool, and over in the Carabao, actually, I take everything back. The boys have only gone and done it, making their way to Wembley, getting revenge on Liverpool in a 1-0 win. You love to see it. They've proven me wrong. They've shut me up, and Luton Town are your Carabao Cup champions, the first piece of silverware, believe it or not, since the championship. Now that they've conquered a piece of domestic cup silverware, the continental scene is next in their sights, as they've been undefeated in Group E, finishing top against Atletico Madrid. Over in the round of 16, they took Porto to penalties and won 4-3. It was a tight affair, and over in the quarterfinals, it was a step too far as they got taught a lesson against Bayern Munich 6-3 on aggregate, getting humbled there as Borussia Dortmund went on to win the entire thing. Now European final still awaits. Runners up in the Prem, Carabao Cup champions, decent little run in Europe. The Champions League are aware of these free agent monsters, and they're ready to unleash all their talents, as I think we've just sparked a second coming in Youssef En-Nesyri. The Moroccan ain't holding back. In the twilight of his career, he's just hit 30, but he doesn't care. 34 goals, 3 assists for the madman. He is going absolutely insane. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. In our strike partnership, getting themselves 67 goals between each other. Name me a better duo. I'll wait. Edin Dzeko's regen living up to the hype with 35 goal contributions. Then there's the two ballers in midfield with double figures in both departments. Our captain, of course, perfectly balanced, 17 goals, 17 assists. The free agent messiah, Alexis Vega, continues to go from strength to strength, approaching 30, but Simon Martins, who's just been an absolute hit ever since he got here. 15 goals and 12 assists for the Belgian. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian winger, 9 goals and 15 assists for Tizigankov. Sebastian Gold, I really hoped we had a better outcome with him, but the homegrown talent's just been a backup option in and off the bench. He's just a side character in the background as we continue to take a look at the rest of the team. Niccolò Fagioli in his first season with 2 goals and 3 assists. Our defense and goalkeeping department start to level up as we take a look at our main number 1 in between the sticks. Where is he? He's somewhere in this list. There he is, Jerzy Malianowski with 7 clean sheets. At least he's getting closer to that double-digit mark. We've got 3 players now 90 overall or higher, 2 of them being actual real-life options, and our defensive unit is improving day by day. In terms of financial status, we've got Simon Martins topping the charts with a £121 million market valuation. We've also got a group of 4, all valued in 9 figures or higher. When all hope was lost, when I doubted these Luton Town lads, they have come out swinging, proving our doubts time and time again. As we get a piece of silverware to add to our trophy cabinet, qualifying for the biggest club competition in the world. We're going into Season 6 with renewed energy energy, high hopes. The vibes are good out here with the free agents. Nonetheless, we're still going to exercise all our options when it comes to free agent deals this summer. Even though we've got the tools at our disposal in order to go out and win the whole Champions League, we just want to make a few flex signings. They're not game-changing or life-changing signings by any means. However, they're arriving, and one of them is Cole Palmer, the Manchester City Youth Academy wonder kid. Now, 6 years into career mode's become a free agent, kind of fallen by the wayside. His career's not really panned out how you'd expect. With a £28 million valuation, yet another option for our midfield at an 81 overall. Do you guys remember Alexander Golovin, Russia's 2018 World Cup hero? Well, with bringing him home to Luton Town, he's become a free agent, now hit 30 years of age. He needs a brand new home. Note taken, he's actually turned 31, but he will provide some experience and, some wisdom for the young and upcoming players in the team. Finally, last but not least, I know Tsigankov is killing it on that right-hand side, and we've got options on the wing. However, Mateus Tete was the highest rated player in the free agency, and we couldn't pass up on the offer. We had to take the former Leon man, now in his prime, and could be an emergency option just in case Tsigankov decides to leave, stop scoring goals, gets a long-term career-ending injury. We need to prepare for the worst. These are the kind of options we've got to deal with, guys. None of these players are going to improve our current position, nor at Champions League quality. So really, we're just picking up players for the sake of it. We have got money in abundance. This is where the free agent transfers, the free agent rule in this rebuild is really coming into fruition. We've got to make with what we've got. It's our second appearance in the Champions League, and for this season, we've gone back-to-back, drawn into Group A alongside Sporting, Ajax, and Shakhtar Donetsk. Now, I fully expect us to qualify and finish top of the group here. Avoiding a lot of the heavy hitters and big European juggernauts, this is ours for the taking. Each one of these lads have a story. We've presented them with a second shot of redemption, ready to go out and do battle. It's taken us 6 seasons, but we've built an absolute super squad, and that's left us with over £232 million left in the bank untouched. We could probably cure world hunger at this stage, but no, it's just deciding to go to Luton Town's board. Alexis Vega captain, let's go ahead and see what Season 6 has to bring. We're 6 years down the line, and the Premier League continues to be a trophy that escapes our grasp as the free agents finish in the top 4 again, this time claiming 3rd, and we're well and truly in the title race up until the very last day. Getting relegated is Norwich, Brentford, and Watford as we transition over to the FA Cup. We're unable to get our hands on the most famous trophy in England as we lost out to Peterborough in round 5, 2-1. The Carabao Cup was something we conquested over in Season 5, but it wasn't to be. We couldn't defend our ground, and in the quarterfinals, lost out in a 5-goal thriller to Wolves, 3-2. However, the Champions League, we've been through the mud, having to play Conference League football, missing out on Europe entirely, and now toppling groups. Here, flawless 100% record in Group A with 18 points, absolutely running away with things, as in the round of 16, we were matched up against Getafe with a 5-1 win on aggregate, absolutely flooring them. Into the quarterfinals we went, and it was a 2-1 clutch win against Barcelona. The Catalans being humiliated by the cheapest squad in world football, as the semi-finals saw us beat out Juventus, but Jolly's former employers, with a 4-3 win on penalties after it went down to 2-2 in aggregate. The Town have gotten themselves into a Champions League final. It's a 2028 big dance up against Real Madrid, and the Galacticos, famously known for their extravagant signings, splashing big in the transfer market, are coming up against the complete polar opposites here in Luton Town. The free agents, think about this, it's an opportunity for them to win their 3rd piece of silverware, now going to war for a Champions League medal. It is absolutely crazy what these lads have been able to achieve, and we're going to check in on our top performers this season as Yusuf En-Yassiri continues to break through barriers, single-handedly carrying this team to a Champions League final, hitting 30 years of age at 91 overall, scoring 32 goals and 4 assists, an absolute man-made machine, the Moroccan. Alexis Vega, believe it or not, the only player to score double figures in both departments, 26 goals and 19 assists for the Mexican, and continues to improve. A free agent option for everyone on day 1, shown his worth time and time again. Omar Kovacevic, unable to achieve those goal-scoring touts from last season, still getting himself some decent production, 22 goals, 3 assists. The Belgian, you'd expect high production out of him, 17 goal contributions. Sebastian Goldin off the bench with 7 goals, and Tsigankov with 4 goals and 4 assists. We also had Carlos Rodriguez pulling the strings in the middle of the park. The Mexicans really came through for us. 10 assists, 3 goals. Bellini from the back with 2 goals, and Cole Palmer in off the bench even made a few cameos. Luis Chavez completes that Mexican midfield with 5 goals and 1 assist. Ferreira also got himself some decent game time and opportunities. Tete made himself useful, and yeah, the free agents list continues to grow. We assembled and curated a team of 35 players. This roster is extensive. We've got players back here from Season 1 that we barely use. used, but they were along for the ride nonetheless, and Malinowski never got himself to double-figure clean sheets. He ended up this season with 43 appearances and 9 clean sheets for our poll. We've got 5 players in the 90 overall range. Incredible stuff when we've signed them for absolutely nothing, as Simon Martins ends this video as the highest overall valued asset. Now standing at £133 million, the Belgian has it all to boast about. Whether they were a fictional youth academy star, regen, or real-life player, we've accepted him here with open arms. Here is how our free agent starting 11 is looking in comparison to Real Madrid. We're going head-to-head at the Estadio Metropolitano in Madrid. It's your typical Galactico 11 with the likes of João Pedro, Valverde, Vinicius Jr. leading the line. Courtois still in between the sticks, Canate and Skriniar at the back, Pellegrini and Xavi Simons in the midfield. It's an interesting mix. You know how it is, baby. These free agents have fought their own trials and tribulations, from being not wanted to being a part of something special. This challenge, this transfer strategy has just brought the best out of Sir BCHD. Really having to exercise as many options as possible and just make things work, getting down to business, doing the nitty-gritty in the transfer market. And look at where it's taken us. Alexis Vega has legend status in Luton Town fans' eyes. They've got the tifo of him, the captain, ready to go out to battle, a poster boy for the free agents here in FIFA 23. And it's our boy Jovicevic who will kick things off here. Let's get this ball rolling, people. We got a job to do. Real Madrid coming at us early doors here and trying to penetrate our defense. It's João Pedro making his way into the box. Vinicius Jr. finds an option in the middle, and straight away, it is their captain Pellegrini. The Italian opens the scoring here. First shot, first chance, first goal. And Real Madrid aren't wasting any time. They're doing what they do best, winning Champions League finals, and Malinowski completely bombarded. Flabbergasted at the back. We were all over the place, and early doors, we didn't settle the nerves, and Real Madrid took full advantage. 1-0 to Los Blancos. Come out, Malinowski. Don't make a fool yourself, and he nearly did. Oh no, Vinicius Jr. Our defense are just miles apart from each other. We need Malinowski with a big save, and 1-on-1. He made himself look big, redeeming himself for the first goal. Oh, Real Madrid, look at this 3-man defense all over the place. Vinicius Jr., Malinowski, single-handedly keeping us in this game. Can't form anything of note, and now Real Madrid are punishing for a second, and that's exactly what they get 5 minutes before half-time. And look at us. We're getting clowned on at the moment. Vinicius Jr., the Brazilian, he's rocking out a little bit of a samba in celebration. That's how confident, that's how cocky they are tonight. Walking all over us, running all over us, finding those intricate balls in. And Malinowski's saves with feet trait don't do him justice there, as he gets a foot to it, deflected into the net. And it's 2-0 to the Galacticos. Here we go, Mertens. This would be a perfect time to get a response right before half-time. As we cut back out, Martins with the ball over the top. It's Enyasiri, our top goal scorer. And literally with seconds remaining in this first half, we reply and half the deficit. That's exactly what we needed. A burst of energy and momentum to get us into the sheds at halftime with a bit of confidence. And the Belgian with the ball over the top, perfectly placed. Real Madrid thought they had the game on lock, but no, we've responded. And Ancelotti's absolutely furious. The free agent showing a bit of fighting spirit in the last kick of the opening 45. There is still a whole other half to fight in the second half upcoming. We have got a major mountain to climb if we want to lift that trophy tonight. Big tackle from Cardozo, stopping his countryman Vinicius Jr. from causing any havoc, and all of a sudden Real Madrid have opened up. And look at this, Enyasiri's beating the offside trap. He can try and take down Courtois, but he does well. Needs to get that perfect ball inside. Vega causing havoc as he cuts back in. He fools a few Madrid defenders, and all of a sudden Enyasiri in with a chance, and it's straight at Courtois. Our number 11 got a bit too excited. Oh my god. Courtois, what are you doing? Courtois, what are you doing? He's literally handed it straight to us. But Kovacevic is offside. Stop celebrating, son. He thought he got us the equaliser after being 2 goals down. Courtois' big boy error being saved by the flag, and it's down to millimeters. That is offside, only just. Oh, our defense, look how open we are. Marcus Thuram, and that's the third. That could be the killer, as the Frenchman didn't have luck in the World Cup final, but he's got plenty of luck tonight here in this Champions League final. Real Madrid get the third. Catch us out at the back time and time again with that 3-man defense, inexperienced, and it is all crumbling to pieces right before our very eyes. Malinowski at his near post getting beaten. What an absolute disaster class. We're gonna have one final attack before we make our 3-man substitution. We might not have to worry about it, as our Belgian in the goals. How's Courtois done that then? Alright, it's a triple change here. We're bringing off Tisigankov, our striker Kovacevic, because they are not playing like 90+ rated players. For Jolly's coming on, as Golden Tete will attempt to be our attacking super subs in order to change the complexion of this game and potentially send it to extra time. As Gold into the path of City, and it's opened up here. Gold, fresh legs, one-on-one with Courtois, and he's done the fancy Balotelli flick. All I wanted was an outside the foot shot, but he went the extra mile, and he's got us a goal back, but we need one more. As the homegrown talent we picked up from the youth academy, day one caught Real Madrid's defense lacking, and Courtois got beat by that. The unlucky number 13 got very lucky with the no flick, back heel, disrespectful one-on-one shot. We've got the goal, and that's all that matters. Here we go. We've gone all out attack. It's our only option. Vega inside to Nyasiri. And look at this, it's Real Madrid completely exposed. Vega has an option inside, and Howard's cooled over around that. He's going to cut it back. We've got options in the middle with Tete, and now outside to Fagioli, who'll cut back inside into Nyasiri, and that is the third. Do we have time to get a winner? I don't know, but with 6 minutes left on the clock, Real Madrid have just taken us for a spin and taken the foot off the gas pretty much. Fagioli with ice in his veins, he's cut it back, looked for the option inside, and City absolutely daggers that one into the bottom left-hand corner. Courtois caught cold. Madrid's defense caught cold. And now we're all square again. 3-3 in a 6-goal Champions League final thriller. What more could you want? We just all of a sudden picked up this renewed source of energy. The momentum swung our way. That will be that. How we fought back from 3-1 down. We've got an extra half an hour of football, people, and potentially even penalties. This is going to go down as a Champions League final for the ages as we get the second or extra time kicked off. Here we go. Already Gould causing all sorts of mayhem, and he finds City. He could get another, and we could get caught napping here. We've had to do the professional foul in order for our players to get back, but it still hasn't worked. Vinicius Jr., we're just taking down players at will, and I think we've injured him. Oh no, we've got a red card for Fagioli sent off. Well then, here we are, second half of extra time, and we've gone down to 10 men. And now Tete can find a perfect ball over the top to Gould, who has all the energy in the world to cut it back. Find an option in the middle. City now, it's Martins to end it against his countrymen, and how has Courtois pulled that out that bag? And he goes all the way back, starting from afresh. This will be our last opportunity going forward as Vega has the free man in Martins to use. He'll cut it back. Martins now to redeem himself and to avoid penalties. It's the fourth. It's our magical number 14 to smash it home after Courtois denied him of the earlier winner. He gets his second opportunity and does not miss. He provided assist in the first half, and now he has the final say. The last laugh. Vega cut back. The man it all started with. He just had to power it home, and through a sea of bodies it made its way through. Courtois didn't have a clear side of it and let it through the back of the net, and it is absolute scenes. An 120th minute winner, and the Luton Town boys have gone and done the unthinkable. Sir BCHD has just witnessed some absolutely spellbinding football, and the effort these lads have shown. The free agents, they've got something different about them. They are built different, and it shows here as Luton Town prevail against Real Madrid. Who would have saw that coming? However, the team we built from scratch, completely randomized, players that had no hope, thrown away by their actual parent clubs, given no chances. We gifted them the opportunity, and they have given us some entertainment here. It's been a pleasure watching this team grow and develop over the years, and it took us 6 seasons for Luton Town to be Champions League winners. Lifting up the Holy Grail tonight will be the free agent man himself for FIFA 23, Alexis Vega. It might actually go down as our last rebuild of 2022. Headed into 2023, let me know what other rebuild ideas you want to see. What other challenges and rules incorporated? Let me know down below, who are your favorite free agent signings? Who are your favorite free agents to sign in FIFA career mode history? Did Vega take the cake for you? Did the regens impress, or did the youth academy talent live up to the hype? I've been Sir BCHD. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to drop a like down below, hit subscribe, turn on the notifications, all that good stuff. Follow me on all my socials. Links will be down in the description below. What a roller coaster ride it has been. I'm going to leave you guys with the Champions League celebration. Have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the very next video.
Don't walk away from me. Pretty little thing, I need your company. Baby, come and ride with me. Loving on you how we supposed to be. Well, that's how we supposed to be. Well, that's how we supposed to be. Well, that's how we supposed to be. Baby, just you and me. Ride it like a Harley, you barely dance. She's so fly, she autopilot when I undress. Shawty hate when I get violent, apply the pressure. On the block and I be styling, young and wildin'. See me in the foreign, they be profiling. Gotta do it for the game, gotta stay solid. Already on 10, talking landslide wins. Pretty young thing, living with no guidance. Don't you pull up with your hand out, cause I'm the man now. Play with Shawty, that's a man now. Talking murder, you too worried about the birds, but